In this video, we're going to talk about the best and worst thing about working from home and some top tips for you if you work from home. Quick side note, this is here because I'm in an Airbnb staying away. So this is my temporary home, which also has a bit more space in the caravan. So I've decided to do the interview with myself while I'm here. Now, the interviews have been done with people from varying different backgrounds with loads of different experience ranging from, 1 year to 30. And I'll tell you what, instead of me introducing them all, I'll just let them do it.
Okay, my name is Tom. I am a bushcraft and wilderness survival instructor, and I am also a YouTuber.
I'm Brian Trubshaw. I run Journeyman Handcrafts, which is a wax canvas and leather outdoor gear manufacturing business.
Anuna Healing is a hypnotherapy business run by myself and my amazing partner, and we give people tools to change their lives, whether it's through hypnotherapy or whatever you need from me to help you with those changes. I'm willing to do.
I'm called Margaret Barnes. I'm a nutritional therapist and now I also work in canine nutrition.
My name's Nigel Armitage. I own and run Armitage Leather here in the Midlands, Burton-upon-Trent in Staffordshire. I have been a leather worker now since I started some 33 years ago. I focus mainly on handmade bespoke items made to order. I also teach both face-to-face here in the workshop, groups, individuals, and I also have a large resource of online training material on Vimeo.
I'm Jamie Dakota. I run Howell Bushcraft. We essentially teach people wilderness travel skills, so how to interact with the natural environment whilst making journeys in order to hopefully have more of a connected experience with the landscape through which you're moving.
And me, Jason, I've got just over a decade's experience running my own video production company. Firstly, let's go for the best and the worst thing about working from home.
Best thing about working from home is I can make my home anywhere and I can work from there. So the worst thing about working from home or for yourself is you have to be disciplined to create the structure and to not be distracted.
Best thing about working from home would be freedom. You haven't got to necessarily be clocking in bang on the dot. You don't necessarily answer to anyone. And if you want to have a slightly longer lunch break one day and go and enjoy the sunshine, there's no one to tell you can't. The worst thing about working from home is sometimes it can be hard not knowing when to stop. If there's a lot on, you can very happily work into the night, and it's having that routine of knowing when to stop and giving yourself that time to have you time. I can very easily just work into the night if I'm not careful.
It's convenient, everything's there, and it's your home comfort, so you do feel a lot more comfortable. But if you do work from home, it does take over your home life. So be prepared for that.
You're really close to the kettle. You don't have far to go in the morning, and when you finish at the end of the day, you're seconds away from the sofa. You're always at the beck and call, and sometimes, not being judgmental, but if you're working from home, there are others that perhaps see the situation not quite the same. They don't think you're at work. You're still at home. You haven't gone anywhere. You're not doing anything. You've been at home all day. So yeah, it's lovely because it's convenient, but you're also still at home.
What is the best thing working from home? Probably that I can spend time with my pugs, but that's just purely like for me and my business that I do. I used to hate leaving my dogs, and you can't take them to work. It's horrible, isn't it? You can't take them to eat anywhere with you. But no, the best thing for working from home is that I can choose the customers and I can choose who comes. I can drive my business. I'm in total control of how I want to. I love it. It's really great. I love welcoming people in.
Best thing from working in home? The whiskey. Yep.
Best thing, what's the worst thing about working from home?
The whiskey.
And for me, the best thing is that I can take a day off whenever I want. Sometimes just something will happen in the day, especially with Alicia, and we'll just decide to just take that day off. And I think and compared to when you plan a day off, there's kind of like the feeling of I've just gained a day when I've just taken a day off. It just, I don't know, I kind of think it feeds the soul. And it's, definitely recommended if you work from home. Now, the worst thing for myself is that sometimes you have to work when others don't. So let's say there might be a deadline, or you just need to do some work, you need to get something done. And because the buck stops with you, like Nigel said, it means you just have to work. I have had to do that sometimes, where I have had to, that's the only day Alicia's had off that week, but I've had to work. I've had to work on birthdays and over parties and things like that. And that is the downside. That is a price you pay, is that flexibility with running your own business. Okay, now some tips for if you work from home.
Keeping the balance right, so your personal life and your working life as well. So if your whole life is in this one environment, it's so important that you do take time to take personal time to rest and separate it off. Otherwise, it can consume you.
Schedule. Make sure you get up in the morning, same time, every day. Get your breakfast done quickly and get in the workshop for a decent time, and do that consistently every single day. Otherwise, it's quite easy to not get going in the morning.
Top tip from working from home: discipline yourself in terms of distractions. Find out what point in the day are you most focused, and make sure that you create a space for that. I'm a big believer in work smart, not work long. I think you can be really productive working 4 or 5 hours a day of focused attention, rather than 8. You could be working 8 to 10 hours a day, but checking your phone every 10 minutes and things like that. So find out a lump of the day and make it yours, and focus attention on that.
The 24/7 work-life business on the internet, people message you at 2 a.m, and you kind of want that. You drive in that business and you do it all the time. What I have realised now in 3 years, perhaps at the start you do go that extra mile, but at the end it ultimately becomes quite tiring, and that passion, you can really lose that passion a little bit just because you're so worn out. So it's get some business hours, and get business hours that suit you. You work from home. So I'm not a morning person. I work with people in America, I'm up late. So then to be up at 8 o'clock the next day, it's not feasible. So I work till 10 o'clock at night, but I don't start work till 11. So I work an 8-hour day, if not 9. But I work to my hours that suit me. So, go with the luxuries, do what works for you and for your business.
There's some great comments about working from home and some great tips. I think for me, the takeaway from that is twofold. There's two major things about working from home. There's the flexibility, and respect. The flexibility, still can't say a word. The flexibility should be a superpower for you, for your business. You should use that to your advantage. So if that means you work better at a certain time, then work better at that certain time. If that means you can take time off then and work at different times, then do so. And the other one is respect. So respect your time. So if you, like Tom said, work smart. So if that means you only work a 4-hour day, but in that 4 hours, your family respect that you are at work. You may just be in the office, you may be in a different room, like in the caravan, you may be in the same space, but they respect that you're working at that time. And alongside that, you respect it yourself. So if you're the type of person that would easily get distracted because a phone keeps flashing and glimmering at you, then turn the notifications off, other than the things that are dire, a phone call from a loved one or something like that. Or, again, just putting the phone somewhere else. Some people have 2 phones. They have a personal phone and they have a work phone. Same on your computer. You just turn off all the things that are going to distract you from your work. An example of working smart for me is that I'm better in the mornings. So I generally do the things that take a lot of energy and a lot of effort. That might just be kind of creative, mental effort. But I do that in the mornings, and in the afternoon, I do things that maybe it's a bit more monotonous. For example, sometimes going through interviews or going through cutaways or editing photos. They are kind of a chilled, quite relaxed thing. I can put a podcast on, not when I'm editing interviews, but I can put a podcast on or music or something and just kind of chill, which is why that's an afternoon, evening thing for me to edit. So thanks very much for watching the video to the end. If you like this video, please hit the like button, share it, subscribe. We're still a small channel, so literally anything you do is a massive help. Also, this is one of many different videos that we've done. At the end of the video, there'll be a playlist with all these different videos that we've done up to date. So go check them out. Thanks again, everyone, and see you in the next one.